welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a crocheted basket made from upcycled plastic bags. Let's get started. All you'll need for this project are about 10 to 12 plastic bags or packaging, a crochet hook, I'll be using an N or 9mm, a tapestry needle or small crochet hook, and a pair of scissors. To start, you'll need to cut up your plastic bags, and as you can see, I've already started cutting here. I suggest you do this as you go along so they don't get tangled. Also, make sure you're using bags that you already have at home. Definitely do not go out and buy plastic bags for this project, since that contributes to your plastic waste instead of using what you already have. To cut up these bags, I go in a spiral, making the strip about 1 inch wide. Now that you've cut up your bags, you may want to roll it into a ball, like I have here, to keep your plastic organized. Okay, so let's get to the crochet. First, you need to make a magic ring. For the crocheters out there, this is basically a loose slip knot. To do this, you're going to make a loop, then pull the long end through that loop, but just loosely. You will be working your stitches into this loop. If this is your first time crocheting, you need to know how to hold your hook. Some like to hold it like a pen, but I prefer holding it more like a knife. You may need to experiment to find out which you like best. Next, put your hook through the working loop, which is the part directly attached to the rest of your plastic, and hold the yarn like so. Now make a chain where you yarn over, then draw the yarn through the loop. Much of this project is worked using single crochet, and to do that, insert your hook into the loop, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now you should have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, and while turning your hook downward, pull the yarn through both loops. You'll repeat this 5 more times for a total of 6 single crochets. Feel free to rewatch that clip to practice your single crochet, or seek out an additional tutorial, then come back here to finish your basket. Okay, here we have 6 single crochets. You can see on top each stitch makes a little V. Now you need to pull the ring tight. Be careful with this part since the plastic can rip easily. For the rest of the project, you will be working continuously, so you might want to put a stitch marker or safety pin into this last stitch so you know where the round ends. As you go, you can move that stitch marker up to the last stitch of each round you complete. In this second round, you'll want to put an increase in each stitch around. This just means you're going to put 2 stitches in each stitch from the previous round. The only difference from single crocheting in the last round is that you'll be working under each V. As you can see, here's the first stitch from that last round. Insert your hook under that V, then work the single crochet normally. Now put a second stitch in that same space. By the end of the round, you should have 12 stitches. For this round, put 1 single crochet in the next stitch, then put 2 in the next, and repeat around. I'm going to show you how that works here. So you'll work 1 single crochet into the next stitch, then another into the next stitch, and finally 1 more single crochet into that second stitch to make an increase. Repeat this pattern 5 more times around to get 18 stitches. Alright, now that you've finished round 3, you'll move on to round 4. Here you're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, then an increase in the next, and repeat that around. For the next 6 rounds, add an additional stitch in between increases so that the next rounds will be as follows. Now you've completed the base. If you want, you can continue this pattern to make a larger base. Next, you're just going to single crochet around without increasing upward for as long as you want to get the basket as tall as you'd like it to be. Once you've run out of plastic from one of your bags, start the next stitch by going under the next V, pulling up a loop, but then finish the stitch with the plastic from the next bag. You'll need to adjust the stitch with the ends before moving on. To make your project a little neater, try crocheting over the ends you've just created by holding them against your work as you make your next few stitches. This is what it looks like after you've finished one round going upward. As you continue crocheting just 1 single crochet into each stitch around, it will start curving more to make a more basket-like shape. From here you can decide how tall you want your basket to be, but there will be a couple of extra rounds at the top for the handle, so make sure to account for that. I will be doing 12 more rounds like this. And this is what it looks like after working 12 rounds. Now I'm going to show you how to make the handles. First, you just want to eyeball where you want your handles to go. So mine will be around here and over here. Based on that, I'm going to crochet where I want the first handle to be, which is 11 stitches away. Next, you'll want to chain 7 and then skip the next 7 stitches. In the 8th stitch away, you're going to make a slip stitch, which you do by inserting your hook into the work, pulling up a loop, then drawing that loop through your working loop. Continue single crocheting around to where you want the next handle to be. For me, this will be 24 more stitches. 24 stitches later, you're going to make your second handle. So again, to do this, chain 7, skip 7 stitches, then slip stitch into your 8th stitch. Finally, you're just going to single crochet to the end of the round. For the final round, put a single crochet in each stitch around, including the slip stitches, and you'll work 7 single crochets into the chain spaces as shown. Once you've gone all the way around and worked into both handles, make a slip stitch into the next stitch, then pull the end of your plastic through the working loop to fasten off. As you can see here, your basket is almost done. There are just a few ends here that you might want to hide. To do this, take your tapestry needle or a smaller hook to thread them through 6 or so of these little loops that you can see on the inside of your crochet. This can be a little tricky since the needles tend to get caught in the plastic, so it might be easier to go through these loops one at a time. Now turn the other way, skipping the loop at the end and going through the rest a second time. Repeat this one more time to secure the end. Then you can just continue sewing it through the loops in one direction until it disappears. Do this for any other remaining ends. And now you have your basket. This can be used for anything from storage to decor, or even a hat in a pinch. We realize that this alone will not solve the problem of plastic pollution, but we hope to get you inspired to get creative with your plastic waste. Thanks so much for watching, and if you're interested in seeing more videos, make sure to like this video and click the subscribe button. See you next time!